You heard it first on Middle Age Gaming, and from Korean, size matters.
My second story, very quickly, is a hardware story because apparently people are searching for this one particular motherboard, of course, made in Taiwan by Gigabyte, the B550M Aorus Pro, which is very strange, right? If you're buying hardware, and again, 2 weeks until Black Friday starts on the 24th for everyone who has access to Amazon, which should be a fair amount of the world. And already, I want to remind people you don't have to wait for Black Friday. There actually are already sales online for quite a few stores in your respective countries. Even in Taiwan, right? We have Taiwanese people like, or China or Asian culture, similar numbers. So in Taiwan, we have the sale for 11/11, right? November 11th is the big sale for stuff. We can go out and buy things really cheaply. So going back to what I said, Sarah. So M means micro ATX. So if you're a guy or and if you're a guy of a certain size, you should not buy a small motherboard because it is very painful to put that stuff together. Micro ATXs are probably, if you're looking at Adam's picture and you're watching the video, it's about 25% of one section of the shelf that you're looking at on Adam's video. It's really tiny. It's one of those things you're building a micro ATX PC usually for your kid or something to put in your living room, but it takes up the smallest amount of space possible. Okay, so there's that. Do not buy a micro ATX motherboard. So this is, I don't know why people are searching for this. It's really too small. If you're living in a cold country, that's fine as well. But if you're living in a hot country, your micro ATX PC is likely to combust and you'll be buying a new one pretty soon because it's just too small to do any sort of modern gaming, plus deal with heat issues. The other downside of this motherboard is it only supports up to Ryzen 5000 series, right? AMD is already on 7000 series, right, which supports DDR5, which is the best sort of standard RAM. So again, not a great idea. Overall, this is a pretty good. This motherboard will probably set you back. I didn't even look at the price of this, but I can probably guess anywhere from 50 to $100. Motherboards are pretty cheap, and these are pretty small. So when you're buying a micro ATX motherboard, because it's so small, you're going to be putting it in a small case. You need to pay really special attention to the size of the graphics. Because graphics cards can go anywhere from this to that. And yes, my hand's almost on the edge of the screen because some graphics cards are big. And then again, when you're buying special smaller graphics cards, they can be more expensive because they have to deal again with the cooling issue, which is always a pain. But basically, yeah, this is a decent sort of mid-level motherboard that if you're building a small PC, you should go for it. I would not build this in a big case like what I have. I think I've been to Adam's house and saw his computer. I wouldn't put this inside Adam's case either because Adam's case needs a full-size ATX motherboard, right? On computers, you have three standards: EATX, which is the biggest size, which is what you really want as a guy or as a woman with really big hands, or an ATX motherboard or an MATX. And this is an MATX, which is again not ideal. But yeah, cool motherboard, pretty affordable. You can still get a really good gaming PC running up, but again, this is more meant for living room PCs for kids or PCs in a small apartment where you don't have space for a 20 kilogram case. As in 20 years I've been doing this, it just makes it more frustrating when you're trying to put in your RAM slot and you're plugging in the cable that gives the power to the motherboard and the cable and the RAM all in the same place, and you cut your fingers on the pins, and you don't want to bleed all over your nice motherboard. No, it's not good. Like things just, you should care about the size because I will never ever buy a small PC. I'd rather buy a ready built one than build a small PC because that's how much of a pain it is. It's horrible. Yeah, you should because on certain stuff it will actually, this price chart on Amazon, so you can see that as the price changes, and for certain components it's actually cheaper to buy before Black Friday. So you should get ready and have a look and place your order. That's a good choice. Yeah. Cool.
So you heard it first on Middle Age Gaming, and from Korean, size matters.
Yeah.